meaning of this agreement. Welcome, Banasia.
Thank you, Senator Ledama, Your Excellency the President, Your Excellency Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, Your Excellency the Deputy President, all leaders present here, all protocols observed. My name is Edwin SIFUNA. I am the Senator of Nairobi, and I am standing here in my capacity as the Secretary General of the Orange Democratic Movement. Your Excellency, in the capacity as SG, I have certain constitutional duties, and that is why I'm standing here to execute those duties in accordance with the Constitution of ODM. We have taken the liberty to read out this Memorandum of Understanding so that we are all clear on what it is and what it is not. We are all clear on what it is and what it is not. As SG, I want to confirm that this document has been processed through the relevant party organs. And Your Excellency, I have here in this room members of the party's central committee who I'll just request to stand up so that they confirm that this is a decision of an organ of the party. Please stand up if you're a member of the central committee of ODM. Thank you very much. You may be seated. We are going to take turns with my counterpart to read out this MOU. It is titled Memorandum of Understanding to Resolve the Social, Economic and Political Challenges Facing Kenya 2025. Realizing that Kenya has gone through a long period of political crisis and conflict that has hampered the nation's potential for development and improving the livelihoods of our people. Noting that such crises have often resulted into demonstrations by our people demanding their rights, with the state often resulting to brutal suppression of such demonstrations that unfortunately lead to loss of life as well as property. Acknowledging that the nation will not develop without reinforcing democratic governance and the rule of law, conscious that the decay in democratic governance is expressed through skewed allocation of resources, ethnic intolerance and marginalization, corruption, and noting that devolution, though intended to strengthen democratic governance and development at the grassroots, is systematically undermined and starved of funds. Now, therefore, His Excellency President Dr. William Samoei Ruto, CGH, and the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, EGH, being the party leaders of the largest political parties in Kenya and bearing the greatest political responsibility, acknowledge the need in setting up a broad platform for collaboration and cooperation between all political forces and other stakeholders in the Kenyan society to address these long-standing challenges that threaten our nationhood. As a first step towards this collaboration, His Excellency President Dr. William Samoei Ruto, CGH, and the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga did set up the National Dialogue Committee in the year 2023 and hereby make this resolution on the initiatives that must be undertaken to instill further confidence in the country. While this memorandum does not define the formation of a political coalition between the respective political parties, its successful implementation will inform the basis of steps towards the establishment of a progressive and stable country. Now, therefore, the two leaders commit and resolve to collaborate and cooperate with each other by conducting broad-based consultations between themselves on the key issues identified below. Number one, the full implementation of the National Dialogue Committee report, the NADCO report. Priority issues in the NADCO process, like the cost of living, youth unemployment, establishing a framework for the implementation of the 2/3 gender rule, have been the topics of discussion for far too long and now must be actualized. Number two, inclusivity in all spheres of public life. Kenya belongs to all persons, regardless of their ethnicity, religion, generation, or geographic location. All Kenyans are equal and all are entitled to an equitable budgetary resource allocation and opportunities in public appointments. Further, though the Constitution of Kenya is clear on the rights of minorities and the marginalized people in the country, not enough has been done almost 15 years later to uphold these rights by fully implementing the provisions of the Constitution. Third, protecting and strengthening devolution. Devolution must continue to be protected from any possibility of clawback on devolved functions, and more effort must be put at devolving all funds allocated to a devolved function, increasing budgetary allocation to counties, and ensuring the timely and predictable disbursement of devolved funds. Your Excellencies, allow me to now invite my counterpart, the Secretary General of UDA, the Honorable Hassan Omar, Senator, to continue with the rest of the document. I thank you.
Hello, Kenyans. The most feared thing has happened. Kenyans never expected Raila to shake hands with Ruto to that extent of having an agreement, like agreeing to work together and say, this is what we're going to do. I know there is much that they've promised on the same that they will work on and bring to life. But again, will they really do it? They're just politicians and they've been lying all around. So will they fulfill or work out what they have said they will do in that agreement? Will they bring all those things into life, or is it just another fallacy or a mythical story or whatever story that they have just come up with to legitimize them coming together? But that is not all. Listening to some of the people who gave the speeches, their people, their leaders, even in the audience who are disappointed, the first one being SIFUNA, Senator SIFUNA. He looks so much disappointed. The mouth is speaking, but the heart is not speaking, and the face is not in agreement. The heart and the face are not in agreement with Baba shaking hands with Ruto and working with Ruto. You understand what's happening on the ground, and I know most Kenyans are disappointed. Most Kenyans are completely disappointed in Raila so much. Looking at what is happening in the country, that is, you know, the bad leadership, high economy within the country, whatever other things that are happening politically in this country. So that leaves many people to a point of not trusting Raila anymore. At least not at least in every government that he has contested against and lost, he has found a way to do a handshake that has benefited him or benefits him, him personally, and not Kenyans at all. So most Kenyans feel like Raila has betrayed them again, once again, and hence their trust in him not really being there as it has always been. Though we have some other die-hard fans of Raila Odinga, but this time around I feel it's not going to be easy for him. I know the reason why Ruto took him is to calm the country, number one, and number two, to his strategy for 2027 elections, that he's really looking anxiously for his second term. Remember, there's no new president in Kenya who has a record of one term as president. Most of them, all of them have done two terms as the constitution says. So Raila and Ruto is planning for the second term, and he has to plan himself very well. And he knows all he thinks. Raila being on his side is a guarantee that he will be president in 2027. But going back to history, with the backing of Raila in 2022, Raila was backed up with the sitting president, and that assured them, or was a false assurance that he will win the 2022 presidential elections, but later it never happened as they happened. So that is the same story that Ruto wants to write. The president of Kenya, William Ruto, wants to write again. He's missing it. Just having a handshake with Raila, that is all. The 2027 elections, he should forget about being the president after 2027, being the president of Kenya after 2027, because it's not going to happen. The ground is speaking something different. People are very hungry and angry about Raila and Odinga, and most of them don't no longer trust him at anything. So it's going to be hard for them. But let's see what Superday with this. I know you listen to, you're going to listen to Sudan's speech. You can see, you can feel from his heart. He's doing that because his position. He's doing that ceremoniously because his position in ODM allows him to do that. But if he had an opportunity not to do that, he would do it. And that is the case for today. So leave your subscription and tell us what you really think is going to happen in this country next. Bye.